Okay. So student, we are going to see how to do the connection for load test on three-phase induction motor. As I have already told you theory part and everything. So now we are going to see how the connection is to be done practically. So if you see on the panel, it's written here three-phase induction motor, and which type of motor we are using. It's a squirrel cage induction motor. Okay, so here on the panel itself you can see the specification. These are the motor specification, which is 1445 rpm speed, ampere is 7.1, then you can see the voltage is 415 volt. So these are the specification of this induction motor, which is given on the panel itself. So these are the rated specification, rated voltage, rated current, rated speed. So these are that values. Then if you see on the panel itself here, there is a motor here, induction motor. In that induction motor, you know that there are two parts, stator and rotor. So this is nothing but the rotor, which is already there, and this is the stator part. Okay, the outer part you can see, it's a stator. Now the connection, if you see, these are the motor connection, RYB, this is the starter connection, and this is nothing but the main supply connection. So when this is voltmeter, which we are going to give 0 to 600 volt, voltmeter, if you see on the screen, it's 0 to 600 volt. This is 0 to 20 ampere we are using, 0 to 10 ampere ammeter we are using. So see the connection, it is connected common like 0 to 10 ampere. So here it is 10 written. So we are using 0 to 10 ammeter. Then similarly we are using the two wattmeters here, wattmeter W1, which is connected across the which is connected in series with the R phase. So this is W1, this is wattmeter W1, and this is wattmeter W2. This is wattmeter W2, this is wattmeter W1. Now before going for the connection, let me explain how to do the connection of wattmeter. Means what are the 4 points are there. So you all know that there are 4 points, which is MLCV. M stands for main, L stands for line, C stands for common, and V stands for voltage. So if you see here, if you see in this wattmeter, line means L, M means main, com means common terminal, and here the voltage is given, which is V. So because we are using 0 to 600 voltmeter, that's why we have connected here. If we are using 300 voltmeter, then we are going to connect here. So like that, depending on the voltage which we are using, or which we are giving as a supply, that voltmeter you have to use. So we are giving supply to this three-phase induction motor is 415 volt. So we cannot take 415 volts of voltmeter. So we are taking the voltmeter which is higher than that, right? So that's why the voltmeter rating we are taking from 0 to 600, and wattmeter also we are taking for 600 voltage. Got it? So this is the thing we are using, W1 and W2. Now let us go ahead for the connection part. So just see the diagram. In this diagram you can see there are the three phases, RYB. In this RYB phase we are giving mains as a supply. So supply is given across the RYB phase. This, if you see, in between a TPDT switch is there. TPDT means triple pole, TPST, sorry, this is the TPST switch. What is triple pole single throw switch means? Where at one throw all the three poles all the three switches are going to be closed. That's why the name itself is called as a triple pole single throw switch. Then if you see, this RYB main phase is connected to the starter. Which starter we are using here? It's a DOL starter, that is direct online starter. So the connection you can see on the panel, this R is connected to starter R, Y main supply is connected to the Y starter, B is connected to B. So this way R to R, Y to Y, and B to B is connected, right? So this connection part is done. Next we will move ahead. Here. After this part is over, till this here we have already finished. Now we have to move ahead for the next one. After this, here if you see in pencil, it is drawn and written here motor. So this motor which is connected here, the same motor you can draw it here as well. So this, if you can want to draw, you can draw here or you can draw here. Both are the same thing. So what is going to happen, from R of the motor is connected to the ammeter positive. Now what is R phase of R of the motor, R winding motor? If you see here on the panel R, Y, B. So these are the phases which is at the motor side. R, Y and B. So from R it should be goes to the ammeter positive, it should not be positive. Actually in induction motor we are giving AC supply, so you cannot say a positive or negative. So you can say a first terminal or second terminal. So from R, motor R is going to the ammeter common terminal. So here you can see ammeter common terminal, it is connected, right? Now what, ammeter common terminal, till here the connection is done. Then after ammeter second terminal is connected to the wattmeter M point. M means main. So if you see from here 10 ampere, so 10 ampere ka wattmeter we are using. So from here the wire will start and it will end it on the M. So we have connected from 10 common point, 10 second point, 10 ampere, so second point is connected to the M point, right? Wattmeter 1 M point. M means mains. After that, if you see here, MC is short. So MC is short. Here we have shorted. MC is short here. If you see, both are short circuited. Later on, after MC is shorting, we have to go to the L. L is stand for lines. So from L terminal, it is going to the R phase. Sorry, from L terminal, it is going to R1 or B2. R1 or B2. So before going to this connection, I just wanted to tell you how the connection is to be done. If you see here, this winding, this R winding, Y winding and B winding is looking like a delta. So it means it is connected in delta. And what is delta means? The outer second point of each winding. Second point of each winding should connected to the starting point of another winding. So if you see, this is the R winding. So second point of R winding is R2. So this R2 is connected to the starting point of another winding, that is Y1. So in this way the whole delta is connected. Got it? So let's see whether the connection is done on the panel is not, whether it is connected in delta or not. So see here, these are nothing but the rotor part. This is the outer part is stator. Here R1, R2, Y1, Y2, B1. You can see at the down it's B1 and B2. So we need to connect in such a way that the stator winding should be connected in delta. As I told you, delta means end point of each winding should be connected to the starting point of another winding. So let us take Y1 is a starting point. End point of the Y winding is Y2. So Y2 should connected to the starting point of another winding, means B1 it should be connected. So Y2 should be connected to the B1. So you can see the wire which is there in my hand, from Y2 it goes back to the B1, right? Similarly from B2 it should goes to the R1. So everywhere in this way you have to connect and form a delta where end point of each winding should connected to the starting point of the another winding. So here delta is finished. So this part is over. We will see from line connection how it goes. From L it is goes to the R1 or B2. You can connect this L point wattmeter W1L to whether R1 or to the B2. So from wattmeter L, this is the L, okay. From wattmeter L it is connected to whether R1 or B2. So see, you can connect it to the B2 as well or to the R1 as well. So we have connected to R1, right. Similarly here if you see this, now we will see this wattmeter 2. In wattmeter 2 as well, MC is short, right, and from Y of the motor is directly connecting to the M. Y of the motor is directly connected to the mains of wattmeter 2. This is your second wattmeter. So this connection we have to see. So see here, Y of the motor is connected directly to the mains of wattmeter 2. So here M is there. You can see Y is connected to M. Okay, I hope you are getting that. So after that, once this connection is over, MC is already short, I showed you. Then after that, the voltage of W1 and voltage of W2, that means VV point should be should be short circuited. So if you see here, V means this one, okay? V means this one, 600 volts. So this voltmeter and this voltmeter is short circuited. This voltmeter and the voltmeter of W2 and the voltmeter of W2, if you see here, this will be, both voltmeters of W1 and W2 should be short circuited. So this is the wire which we have short circuit, okay? This is the wire which we have short circuit. So this way, this part is over, this part is over. Now what is left? This B. So from B it can goes to the Y2 terminal or B1 terminal, anywhere it can go. So that connection is to be done from B winding. It is connected to Y2, or it should be connected to the Y2 or B1. So this connection is already done. Might be because of so many wires you are not getting, but the connection is already done as per the diagram only. So this is the way how the connection is to be done. After that we are going to see the loading arrangement, how the loading arrangement is to be given. So if you see, this is nothing but the load. By using this loading arrangement we are providing a load. So at this point, it's just like a DC motor which we have seen it earlier. Here S1 and S2 both are at zero value. Zero value means we are not giving any load to that particular motor. So that time this belt is little loose. So if belt is loose, it means you are not applying any load to the induction motor. So when I increase the load, this belt will start to tighten up. So once it get to tight, so it means you are applying the load. So this way, as the load goes on increasing, what are the different changes are going to happen on the speed, torque, then current, then efficiency, all these things will we have to consider, and then you need to draw the graph. So this is all about the connection of three-phase induction, load test on three-phase induction motor. Yes, so we are going for the practical, which is load test on three-phase induction motor. As you can see, we have given a three-phase AC supply, that is 415 volt supply to the panel. So you can see we have just on this main switch, and here you can see all the three lights are on. It means we have given the AC supply to the panel, right? So the connection we have already seen. Now we will see how to take the readings. So this is nothing but the DOL starter, that is a direct online starter. Now we will just once we on the main switch, once we on the main switch, we have to start this dual starter, and supply is given to the motor. So we will start to take the reading. So the very first reading, you can see the voltage we have given, which is 415 volts. The voltage we have given, which is 415 volt. You can see the reading. It's 400. After that, one line is coming. It's around 410, and then it's middle. So it means it's a 415 volt we have given. So we'll write 415 volt, and the current for 415 volt initially it is 3.5, 3.8. So current is 3.8 ampere. So voltage is 415 volt, current is 3.8 ampere, and this is the wattmeter W1. So we'll take the reading of W1, which is 120, 50, 160. Okay, it's around 110 watt. Okay, so this is the wattmeter reading. So that is nothing but the power we are taking. So that's why the unit will be watt. Similarly, we are taking the W2. Okay, so W2 you are getting here
50 त्याच्या पुढची 100 50 च्या पुढेच आहे म्हणजे 90 वगैरे असेल.
It's around 90 watt. Okay, it's around 90 watt. So for every wattmeter there is a multiplying factor, so which is always there on every wattmeter reading. So if you use the wattmeter, so you can see on the wattmeter the multiplying factor is also given. It is given by the manufacturer, and it's always we have to multiply whatever the readings we will get with that multiplying factor. So if you see, we have a 10 ampere, we have given a 10 ampere ammeter. So for that the wattmeter reading is, sorry, the multiplying factor is 8. For that 10 ampere and 600 volt meter, the multiplying factor is 8. You can see this is the 8. So you have to multiply with 8 whatever the value you got it in the wattmeter reading. Okay, for both the wattmeter the multiplying factor is same, which is 8 ampere. 8 multiplying factor. There is no unit to the multiplying factor. So you can see the 10 ampere ka ammeter we are using. For that we are using the 600. For that we are using the 600 volt voltmeter. For that the multiplying factor is 8. So we need to multiply whatever the reading we are getting into 8. So all this reading we got it for the no load condition. Okay. So we will write first of all the reading. Let's see here. When I am saying load is no load, it means load is not given to the to this induction motor. So you can see here the load is 0. So you can see the load is given, which is 0. Both the value of S1 and S2, both the value of S1 and S2 is 0 now, and at the same time you can see the belt. The belt is also loose. If you see the belt is also loose. Belt loose here, it means it's the load is given is no load. Now when we will tight the load, when we will tight the belt, it means we are applying the load. So at that position, when the load is 0, we have already taken the reading. Now we have to take the speed of the induction motor. So you can see by using tachometer we are taking the speed, which is around
1505.
Yeah, it's around 15. Yes, so it should be initially it should be 1500 rpm. So you can see when we just put that tachometer knob into the shaft, you got it around 1500 rpm. So this is the 1500 rpm we are getting the speed for no load condition. So this is our first reading. Let's write the first reading. The voltage we have given, which is 415 volt. Current was 3.8 ampere.
Voltage 415.
Yes, voltage is 415 volt. Current is 3.8 ampere.
110 W1.
Yeah, W1 is nothing but 110 watt, but because multiplying factor is 8, so we have to multiply with 8 the value. Okay, similarly for W2, 90. So 90 into again 8, it is nothing but whatever you are getting the value. So whatever the value of wattmeter reading we are getting, you have to multiply with 8. Similarly S1, S2, because the load was not there, so it means it is 0 kg, right? So speed we have taken at that time, it is around 1505. Okay, so 1505 rpm we got the speed, and this is our first reading. And whatever the left part is there, that is the calculation that you can do it. Now we'll go for the second reading. Now we have done with the first reading. Now what we are going to do next? We are increasing the load. Load means by increasing the by just tightening the belt, we are increasing the load. So you can see, you can see in the here load means that belt is tightened up by using this screw. So when the load belt is get tight, the load is given to the induction motor. So see, it's getting increased, and as per the student also changing. So let us see. Okay, so we have changed the load. So you can see on S1 and S2 the value is changed. So whatever the value is greater, that we have to take it as a S1. So we are taking this one S1,
5 kg and 1.
we are taking this one S1 and this one S2, okay, because the value is less. So we'll write the value of S1 and S2 first of all. Yeah, and at that load we have to take the speed as well.
1490.
At that load we have to take the speed as well.
1490.
So the speed of 490. Okay. Now we'll go ahead, take the other reading. Yeah. Now we'll go ahead to take the other reading. This is the voltmeter reading, which is 415 volt constant. And later on, the current value, if you see, it's changed. As the load increases, current value is also increased. Now it's around 4.2. Yeah, it's around 4 ampere. We will take it 4 ampere here. Similarly, the wattmeter reading W1 we got around, it's around 160. Okay, so 160 we got W1. You can see here it's 160, 150, 300. So every line is considering 150, then 200, then 250 and 300. So in between you have to see 150 and 200. It's coming out to be around 160, 165. So the W1 is 160. So you can see W2 is around 10 watt. Okay. So both the values we have to multiply with the 8. So let's write the reading for the second voltage. Let's write the reading for the second one. The voltage is constant, which is 415 volt. Current is
4.1.
4.1 ampere.
170.
170 around is W1. 165, 170 it was. So 170 into 8 again you have to do.
1490.
S2 is 10 into 8, right? And the speed which we have taken for the load S1 and S2 is 1490. That is 1490 RPM. And the value of S1 is
5 and 1.
Yeah, the value of S1 is 5 kg and the S2 is 1 kg. So for this, for both of this, we are getting the speed is 1490. So we have taken both this reading, which whatever we got, the second reading W2 is negative. Why this got negative, I have already explained. So this is the value we are getting negative. Now again we will increase the load and we will take the other reading. See here, it is going at the negative side. You can see it is going at the negative side. So we have to consider it the negative reading. Now we will increase the load, it will change. Yes, so you can see the reading you got negative W1, W2. So what we did, we will just remove the load. Whatever load we have given for 2 readings, we remove the load. We off the supply, and now we will interchange the connection so that, now see ma'am is changing the connection. Now we will interchange the connection so that we will get the wattmeter reading which is positive.
See, and we interchange.
लावू का? Yes. So if you see, I have just interchanged the connection. The connection which was there here, I have interchanged it to voltage V 600 volt. Okay. So only the connection is interchanged, and now you will get the reading which is a positive wattmeter reading. Okay. So now we'll again on the supply. Now you can see we have just on the supply again. Okay.
Started from this load 5 and 1.
And we will start with the we are starting with this load, means after 5 kg and 1 kg S1 and S2 we are going to increase the load, and then we will take the reading, because already we have taken this 2 reading. Now we are going for the third. While taking the third reading, we exchange the connection because we are getting this value of W2 is minus. So to get the positive value of wattmeter reading W2, we have exchanged the connection, and now we are taking the reading for the applying the load after 5 kg and 1 kg. Yes. So let's, ma'am has increased the load Ma'am has increased the load and the value of S1 and S2 is more than 5 kg. For the third reading we have given the S1 and S2 is more than 5 kg. So see, S2 is around 9 kg and S1 is around 1.2 kg. So both the values now change. So as per that we have to take the speed. So for this S1 and S2, the speed of the induction motor is 1483. Is already taken. Now we will take the voltage. Now see, the voltage value is 415 volt. It is constant. It's not changing. This should be the same. It should not change. For that, current value is around 8, 9, 9.1, 9.2. It's around 9.2 ampere. We are seeing the upper range, not the down one. So 0, 4, 6, 8, 10. That range we are taking the, for that range we are taking the reading. So the value is 9.3 ampere. The value of W1 is 150, 200. This is 150, 200, 250. So it's little lesser than 250. So I can take the 240. So 240 is W1. W2 you can see now the value you are getting the positive one, right? Now you are getting the value which is positive. So it's around 40. This one is 51. Okay, it's little less than that of the 50. You can see this is little less than that of the 50. So we will take the 40 watt meter. Okay, so 4040 and we are getting that value is positive now. Yes, so third reading we got 415 volt which is constant, right? So current we got 9.3 ampere. After that speed is
1408. Speed is 1480.
1480. The speed of the induction motor we got 1480. The wattmeter W1 we got 240 watt. We again multiply with the 8 value, and here we got around 40 watt into 8, right? This is you are getting the positive value. Earlier we got the negative value, and later the S1 and S2 is
S1 is
S1 is around
10.
S1 is around 10 kg we got, and the S2 is 1.5 kg. So this way we got the reading. Now after that again we'll increase the value of load. So it will be around, after 10 around it will be 15 kg. Some S2 will change. As per that changes, speed we have to take. Once speed is taken, we have to take the current, we have to take the W1 and W2 as well. So this way we can finish the to take the reading, and then you have to do the calculation. So calculation is what? Total weight. Total weight means S1 minus S2 will be the total weight. Input power means voltage into current. What is that voltage into current? Its voltage 415 volt into current is 3.8 ampere. So this is the first reading you will get, 415 volt into 3.8 ampere. Output power is 2 pi nt by 60. You can see the formula is written here, 2 pi nt by 60. So n is nothing but the speed, t is nothing but the torque, and the torque formula is this one, S into R into G. What is this S? This S is nothing but the total weight. Okay, this S is nothing but the total weight which we have calculated from S1 minus S2. So R is radius, the value of radius is 0.15 meter. G is gravitational force, which is 9.81. So this way you have to do the calculation, and this is nothing but your reading. So here we finish with the practical. We have taken the readings. So as because we are taking video, due to that it's taking too much time, and because of that reason that motor is like getting heated, right? So due to that winding can burn. So we need to just turn off this induction motor as early as possible. So you can see after 3 reading only we have switch off the connection. We have switch off the connection, because already motor was getting too much of load. So we have switched off the connection, and here we have already taken the 3 readings. Now I'll show you how to draw the graph whatever we have done with the connection. So this, if you see, this is the specification of 3-phase induction motor. Whatever motor we are using, for that specification which is given on the panel, right? So this is our induction motor practical. Yes, after finishing the reading, after taking the reading, we have to do the calculations. Once calculation is done, on the basis of this calculation, we have to draw the graph. And the graph is 4 quantities versus 1 quantity. So you can see here, there are the output power. It's same as the DC motor which we have done it earlier. So output power is on x-axis, and on y-axis the current, torque, efficiency and the speed. So all these 4 will be or these 4 quantities will be there on the y-axis, and output power is on the x-axis. So we have to draw the graph for these 4 quantities versus output power. Okay, so you can see as the output power goes on increasing, efficiency will increase at particular point and then it goes decrease. Similarly, output power goes on increasing, torque will also get increased. But what happened to the speed?